welcome to the Demo Dive, where I live stream myself digging through Steam's demo tag to sort the trash from the treasure. I'm CB, and weekends are way, way too short. As an aside, I started another Scarlet Hollow playthrough, and let's just say that I missed a lot with my choices in the playthrough I did with y'all. Like, so much. I'm sticking with that playthrough because I commit to the bit, but just to reiterate, this thing has replay value forever! But we're going back to the demos, particularly since the Steam Next Fest started today. The Next Fest is a glorious time of year, actually twice a year, but anyway, when the demos get the spotlight they so richly deserve, or sometimes don't necessarily deserve, but are still useful if you don't want to buy a game that you find isn't for you. Now, lately I've been tending to find that my regular trawl for demos gets me well ahead of the game, no pun intended, in terms of demos. All Will Rise, for instance, is having their demo spotlit, and I played that one on the stream last week. But there will probably be more being added to my ever-growing demo list, and I may have to find whole new ways to clear it on stream. Maybe extra demo dives if things calm down at my human-coded day job. But I'm not holding my breath on that one. Anyway, point is that we've got demos to look at, and today we're looking at Aethermancer, a monster taming meets, well, supposedly roguelite, but there's also roguelike, and some of those tags just do not match. Steam, get a grip. It's a party-based RPG also in the tag somewhere, so that's all over the place. Either way, it was made by Moi Rai Games. Now, the roguelite part of that, if it's actually a roguelite and they're just not just saying that to get people sucked in, that worries me a bit, since those tend to be hard on me with the fibromyalgia and all. Still, I'm hoping that the monster taming, the party-based aspects, and the, I presume, turn-based tactics, from what I saw in some of the gameplay video, will at least have me able to get through it. So let's see how we do, and whether or not I should start checking out other things in the roguelite genre, or things that are tagged roguelite and may or may not be roguelites. Anyway, sitting comfortably? Good. Then we'll begin. Let's see. You can help by sharing your game data with us. If you'd like to help, select agree below. This will allow us to collect usage data from your play sessions, which monsters you prefer, which skill choices overperform around you. I don't want them in my shit. Sorry, but I don't. You're ready to go on your first adventure in the Fractured Ruins. Welcome, Aethermancer. Or Aethermancer, I'm never entirely sure how to pronounce that. I'm sure it's your mileage may vary thing. Anyway, this is a compressed demo experience of Aethermancer. Your goal is to reach and beat the boss of the second biome. Please keep in mind that the game is still being developed. We're adding content, features, and crushing bugs. That sentence is constructed so badly. Sorry, it really is. Anyway, as a community-driven project, your opinion is much appreciated, so if you have feedback or encounter bugs, let us know on Discord, the Steam forums, or via in-game bug reporting. Good luck and enjoy your adventure. Anton, who is represented by Ooze Monster. I don't know if that's going to be pronounced Dennis or Denis. The little dragon slug thing. And the rest of the team. Okay. What do we have for settings? Skip tutorial? No. Disable tutorial pop-up. Set language English. Allow data tracking. Hello. Input, move, interact, dash, on map, audio, we're all good. I have my headphones on. Video, set resolution. So we don't have... So yeah, we really don't have difficulty settings. Empty save slot. Let's see how we do. For too long, you've overstepped your place. Void will cover every city of our world, starting in Vigil. A fitting end, if considered. All was created, now all shall share our fate. First the fractured ruins, then all Terraste, then you, Mithras, Syrinx. Okay, that's ominous. Choose your soul bonded monster. You can start with this monster in First Ruins. They're named kind of like Pokemon. Okay, so we have fire type. So it's Q and E. Jotun. Not in demo, not in demo. So basically I get earth and fire or water and wind. Worthiness 1, level 1. Ignite, T, show details. Rhyme, wind, signature trait. Whenever damage is dealt to this monster's shield, deals a combined water-wind hit to the attacker with that much damage. Scorched Earth. Whenever this monster applies one or more burn stacks to the enemy, breaks 1 poise on them. 3 times 3 damage, gains 2 times 3 has 2 burned energy, purge 1 enemy ether. Shields self for 2 to 3. No, I'm just gonna stick to okay, there we go. Choose a monster rebirth and add to your party. Yeah, okay, there we go. We're inside the void now. The entirety of the fractured ruins has been devoured by it. Wild monsters roam this area. My old friend, I will once again require your support in battle. Okay then. This tent appears to be rather new, which means there are people actually living in the void, and they call me mad. I'm sure I'm missing some context clues here. Oh, okay. Oop. A wild monster is blocking our path. We will have to fight it. Okay. Monsters can use different actions in combat. Most actions cost ether to be used. There are 4 different elements of ether: fire, earth, water, wind. You currently do not have much ether. Your only option is to use your monster's basic attack, which can always be used to generate additional ether based on your monster's element. So, basic attack. Select action. Every enemy has a poise weakness. The color of the diamond icon next to their health bar corresponds to the element they are weak to. Attack those enemies with enough hits of that element and they will be staggered. A staggered enemy skips its next action and all damage against it is increased by 50%. Try it out now. You have enough ether to stagger your enemy. So... the enemy monster is now staggered, which means you can use the capture action on it this turn. The capture action lets you gain a monster's memento, which permanently unlocks that monster across the ruins. Use this capture action on the enemy now. It's one of the Aethermancer's actions. Here we go. No, wait. No, I'm looking for... capture. There it is. Okay. Now what do I do? Okay? I'm getting so much Pokemon vibe here. This is the worthiness screen. Your monsters gain worthiness in combat through a variety of means, like dealing damage, healing allies, or preventing enemy actions. Worthiness provides small permanent bonuses to your monsters, which persist when you rebirth your monsters on future ruins. I don't know what I just clicked, but... Ah, loot drop. You gain Hourglass of Undoing. Okay, I'm sure that's helpful. Ah, there is a monster shrine over there. These constructs have been created by my kind over the course of thousands of years. I can perform a monster rebirth there. We should do so. Safety in numbers. Monster Rebirth allows you to add a new monster to your party. You only require a monster soul to do so. Each monster shrine may only be used once. You start each run with 3 monster souls. Each monster shrine offers you a random selection of monsters equal to the amount of monster souls you have. However, you also need to unlock monsters first by capturing their mementos. You currently only have the memento of the monster you fought earlier, so that is the only option available to you here. Okay, we have this thing. Hello. This time, let's initiate combat by performing a Void Blitz. This ability allows the Aethermancer to ambush the enemies, which removes 2 poise from the targeted enemy. This makes them easier to stagger in combat. Say space, Void Blitz. Your party is almost complete. You just need your 3rd monster now. To add a 3rd monster, you need at least 1 more memento. Stagger one of the enemy monsters and use the capture action on it to gain its memento. Good luck. Okay, so... No, there we go. Okay, there we go. Ooh, that was not fun. Oh no, it's not staggered. I can't do that. Ah, level up. New trait available. Critical hybridization on crit deals 3 wild damage hit, triggers up to once per action. Critical ether on every 3 crits generates wild ether on interrupt. Sidekick. So sidekick. When another ally attacks, triggers a sidekick attack on this monster against target enemy. On interrupt. Triggers when an enemy action is interrupted. Actions get interrupted when the enemy is strike. Jesus Christ. Let's see what happens if I do that. I mean, sidekick action looks like a good one. You are up at a height now. You can use the void dash to dash between cliffs. When you get close enough to another cliff, you can see a phantom of Syrinx to indicate that you can void dash to that cliff. Try it out here by dashing to the other cliff. Left shift to dash when you see the phantom. Left shift. Oh, there we go. A body made of ether and a fellowship of beautiful little monsters. You must be an Aethermancer. What? Why is this why is there a frog person? Why do I have a frog person? I hope you're here to help us out and not cause more problems. I will try my best. Who is us? And first of all, this is clearly an adventurer. Causing problems is kind of what they do. I speak as a DM here. Okay, who is us? Sorry, rude of me not to introduce myself. I'm Lily, resident witch of Pilgrim's Rest. You should come visit sometime. It's beautiful when there isn't a void threatening to swallow it whole. Christ. Perhaps I will. My name is Syrinx. I hope that no ill fate befalls Pilgrim's Rest and it's been swallowed by the void! That's sweet of you to say. Oh god, this is banal as fuck. I knew it. Somebody with a band of monsters following them around can't be a bad person. Okay, that's an interesting metric. How about this? Meet me in Pilgrim's Rest and I will offer you my services. I'm an expert at soul bonding, you see. Soul bonding uses a monster's memento to bond its soul to you, which means it's always there with you when you need it. So, whenever I go into the void anew, it's there at my side if I choose it. That could be helpful indeed. Exactly. Also, I can help you out whenever we run across each other in the void. Here, I found this blank memento. You can use it to craft the memento of a monster, right? Okay, thank you. Nope. Some monsters will attempt to ambush you. When you get close to them, you can press space to use the void parry to counter their ambush, giving you the same advantages when you perform a void blitz. Ah, I tried. Oh, I got it. Okay, good. Mandragora. Okay. Well, that isn't good. And honestly, I've never played either, so I honestly have no idea what's going on. Detailed worthiness information. Damage dealt, 30. Aether generated, 5. Combat duration, 3. So that's how they decide on ether generated. Okay. New trade available. Healthing winds. When ether consumed by allies. I'll have helping winds, why not? These branching paths lead deeper into the void. I can sense that each path will take me to a different zone, all part of the same biome, but with a different fate in store for me. This is but the beginning of my journey towards the core of the void. Go that way. Next zone, Envoy. Okay. When choosing your monster, you should primarily consider the monster's signature trait, elements, and types. This way you can quickly identify what the monster's strengths are and what role it can play in combat. Ha! Orthrus. I'll go for the Orthrus. Way. Do my eyes deceive me? Another Aethermancer here inside the void? I am called Alioth. They sent me here to investigate the massive void phenomenon. Are you here to assist me? I'm here on my own. The issue seemed too important to ignore. An Aethermancer operating on their own? So you weren't set by Aquilus? How curious. No matter, surely we can still help each other out. I take it you're proficient with artifacts, aren't you? I am indeed. They've had quite an impact on my travels. In that case, I believe I can help you out with my magic. Let me see what I have for you. Strangely shaped ore chunk hovers in the air above Alioth's hand, which they really need to normalize the spelling. This is ethereal ore, a metal infused with ether, commonly believed to be extremely rare. Much more common within the void, however. I could split the ore in two, forming two artifacts. One for you, one for me. You can have first pick if you like. Chromatic scroll, or... I'll take the Aethermancer whip. Just trying to see why the ground was cracked. Apparently not so much. I guess I can't void jump that general direction. Okay, here we go. Your monsters don't have to fight alone. The Aethermancer can also use certain actions in combat, such as artifacts. Artifacts are special items that you can use in combat. Each artifact has a certain number of charges, which are refreshed whenever you get to a rest site, so you don't have to worry about losing them when you use them. I don't think this is going very well. Oh, shame. I've used up my turn there. Okay, let's get rid of you. Beware, at least one of your enemies is going to reset its poise this turn as part of its reset action. Apart from its resetting its poise, reset actions generates one random ether and triggers an additional effect based on the individual monster. Enemies use reset actions the turn after they were staggered, or when enough turns pass in combat without them getting staggered. I don't think I can actually stagger them. I might be able to finish them off this round. Alright, sidekick action. Well, there we go. Good grief. Okay, off we go. We continue. Armor, common. Probably you. What's this? How do I interact with this? You're back up at a height now. If you perform a void blitz from a height on an enemy, you will lose 3 poise instead of 2. Anything further in that general direction? I don't have any options to interact with it. Ah, maybe I do. Nope, definitely not that. Talisman. You may have a talisman. Anything else interesting here? Okay, nothing of interest up here. What in the ever-living hell? This collection of statues is likely related to a local monsterkin tradition. I haven't seen anything like it anywhere else during my travels on Terraste. This must be an elemental challenge. They say it's up to the gods themselves whether one may pass it unscathed. You may send in one of the earth monsters in your party to take on the earth elemental challenge. They have a 50% chance to succeed, and they may try until they succeed the challenge. On success, the monster gains 1 XP and 100 worthiness. On failure, the monster is afflicted with 3 corruption. Let's see how this goes. Don't know what corruption is, but... New action available. Stone Edge. Lightning Chaos. Bonfire. Bonfire. Why not? I hope I did my void parry properly. Ah, yes I did. bonfire. Oh no, that's healing for them. Well, why not? Oh! Okay, neat. Yes, heals are good. Ah. Goodbye, please. Thank you very much. Reset action, my else. Think anything other than a basic attack would be overkill. Okay, this is a thing that is happening. Terrible lot of worthiness going on. Damage healed is getting a spot in too. Okay. Ah. Cosmic healing for every 50 healing of your allies. 1 wild ether. Cleanse corruption whenever allies heal to full health. This monster's sidekick attack is always critical. Why not? A free skill reroll, huh? Okay. So now where am I going? Still have no idea where I'm supposed to be going here. Maybe there's something further up there. Or perhaps not. Things this way. Oh, interact with this. A colossal sword that must have been carried by a colossal human or monsterkin, if not something even bigger. Okay. And there's that dude. So it should be in that general direction. Maybe the roguelite or roguelite or whatever it is a feature of no maps or guidance of any kind. We get lost like men. There's this way. I haven't been this way, I don't think. You are fighting an ooze. Its signature trait can be tricky to fight against, as it can deal increasing amounts of damage to your whole party if left unchecked. You can inspect your enemy's signature trait by pressing F to use the inspect feature in combat. Northwest ooze. On action applies 2 poison to self. Whenever poison triggers on this monster, enemies also take damage from it, right? Okay, fine. So I know what we're attacking. Now, we capture. Ooze dies first. I don't want to have to deal with it. Ah. Reset action sidekick. Great. Off you go. Huh. That's why I always like the damage over time ones. Dots are great. All you have to do is kind of set it on them, and eventually they'll just kind of die on their own. Ah, new level up on Wolpentinger. Snow support heals all allies. Chain lightning, explosive burst. We'll go for snow support. Why not? Could use a little extra healing. Orthrus gained 1 XP. Good for you. Okay. Oh. Large sword again. Ah. Another path. Thankfully there's a reason. You found the end of the zone. You might want to use the map to check if there are any undiscovered spots left in this zone. You can also use the map to teleport to any points of interest you discovered in this zone. You can open the map from the pause menu or by pressing M. So wait, where am I? I think I actually got everything. Yep, nope. I pretty much got everything. Next zone, merchant. Okay. Rebirth ooze, rebirth mandragora. We'll go for the ooze. Ah, ooze levels up. Cosmic torment. For every 8 debuffs applied to allies generates wild ether. Whenever debuff stack is applied to this monster, apply the same debuff to another random ally or enemy. I don't really... It's like wild magic. It'd be fine if it only went on to enemies, but if it goes on to your allies as well, what the fuck's the point? Anyway. Why don't any of my puppies heal? That might be another potential reason. Okay. Void Blitz. Oh Christ. Ooze. So wait, I heal them and then it poisons them?! Whenever your monster take a certain amount of direct damage from any actions without being protected by shield, they take on corruption. Corruption lowers their starting health in each following combat. Try to avoid corruption if possible. Ah! That wasn't fun. Yeah, I mean, this is... there's tactics, I'm sure, but... Volcanic Essence... Volcanic Essence, why not? Ooze gained 1 XP. No, yeah, thank you. I want to talk. Interesting. Another Aethermancer. Who are you then, child of Sol? You're familiar with my kind? That's unusual. My name is Syriax. Many things are known to us. Dude, why do you have a skeleton face? Apologies, but who is us? And what are you doing here anyway? Why, this is our home. The Fractured Ruins. Is there a better place to be on Terraste? And by us, I mean us. A humble trader living a simple and modest life and his associate. Say hello, Sally. Are you aware you're inside the void? Yes, yes, the void, a natural part of our world, I'm afraid. Life and death, ether and void. With the chit-chat out of the way, perhaps you're interested in my wares? Care to buy anything? Orb common, boots rare. Bonus XP. Evasion plus 20. One bit health is reduced by 6. Yeah, no. Did I parry? Tell me I parried. I parried. Damn, maybe I should not have done that. Good grief. Oh, that missed? Oh. So this one can really just copy. I don't even know what's happening half the time here. Did you just kill my ooze? You just killed my ooze. Asshole. You just lost a monster in your last fight. This happens to all Aethermancers eventually. Since there is a monster shrine at the start of each zone, you may try to get to the next zone to rebirth a new monster there. Okay, fine. Lance, huh? Drum. Common equipment. Scrap it. And 3 gold. Okay, I have gold, but I don't know what I want to do with any of it. There's a little dragon dude. That's my last monster flask as well, so this is not going very well. Yeah, I'm losing this one. You lost the run, returning to Pilgrim's Rest. Yeah, I think this is probably a good place to leave it. I think I see why it's got, like, roguelike and roguelite in it. I've always thought of that more as about the combat and less about the all or nothing realm of them, so I guess that makes sense. Still makes it frustrating for me, though. Keep in mind that I am from the days when it wasn't a challenge, it was a necessity. The whole you die, you go back to start thing, because I come from the era of video arcades before consoles were particularly popular at all. So going back to that now for no reason just feels kind of off to me. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of people who'd find this kind of fun, but there was too much and too little going on all at the same time. Like, a lot of things were happening, but I didn't necessarily understand all the things that were happening. I mean, I saw what, the actions and things that you do, but beyond reading the actions and deciding which one to use, you don't really do much. I don't know. I can see why a lot of people might enjoy this kind of game, and I'm trying to look at its good points. My problem is that none of its good points impress me. I guess it's just not my thing. So review's going to be interesting because I'm sure this is not a bad game. It's just very much not a game for me. I mean, the character designs are interesting. The art is well done for what it is, and the ability suite that you get for these things is interesting. There were some things I didn't run it across, like those blank mementos. what do you do with that during combat? Oh, I guess that's what you copy the memento onto. So if you run out of those, you can't uh, get a new monster. I think I understand that now, but it wasn't overly well explained. I think there's only so much you can explain about some things in text boxes. On that subject, I think that if we had an everyman, somebody like us, somebody who doesn't have a reason to know the world, tagging along with this Syriax individual, it'd probably be a little less clunky telling us what the hell is going on. Then again, maybe that's not such a big thing. I'm after story, and I've got one sort of, but it seems to be being thrown at my head whenever it's convenient. So, story not all that great. Combat probably a lot more fun if you're more into the numbers, the tactics, the stacking of the things, which I can be, but I've got to get into the flow of it first, and this kind of thing doesn't seem to have a whole lot of flow. At least not the kind of flow that I generally like. So, good game. Probably pretty well balanced. It's just not my bag. So that's going to be a whole other thing. But I gave it a try. I went outside my comfort zone. I think I see why I stay in my comfort zone, because it wasn't frustrating. It was just a little boring for me. Anyway, this one's already out and reasonably priced, actually. But they seem to be leaving the demo up so people can try before they buy, and also apparently sort of as a who's doing what with it, because people are more likely to give their let people access them while they're playing the demo than while they're playing the main game or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's always a point in a dev's favor as far as I'm concerned, because if I'd bought this on the strength of what I saw in the gameplay trailers and what people told me about them, I'd be kind of annoyed just because it's not my thing. But I got to play the demo, so now I don't have to. But if you liked the look of it, thought it was interesting, maybe have a poke at it, see if you like the feel and whether or not it's for you. My opinion is not the be-all and end-all, and sometimes the feel of playing a game can make or break your enjoyment. So try before you buy wherever possible. For those who like a text-based and digression-free review, that'll be up on my Ko-fi page shortly. Never a paywall, I do it for the love of the games, but maybe toss some folks in my general direction if you like what I do. I like the company when I'm not hyper-focusing too strongly to talk. Sorry about that. The review will have the embedded VOD, which will also be on YouTube to join my gallery of epic, ridiculous, and more than occasionally profane flail, in case you joined late or just fancy coming back to it later. Wednesday's demo may be subject to change, because if I'm digging through the next fest, you never know when I'll find something that I have to try right this second now, because it looks particularly interesting. However, the plan is to play through the recently dropped demo of A Planet Full of Cats. Now, I love DevCats games in general, but this one apparently has some Metroidvania elements, and that's not a genre I usually get along with. That means that if the Metroidvania part gets into the demo, I'm going to be trying a relatively new thing, or something I haven't interacted with in, over 30 years now. And the flail will be epic and fun, and deserves to be witnessed. So I hope to see you there. Until then, or until next, have a good one.